Okay, we're back here at Estes Field. We're about ready to get game number 2 going. Central Methodist won the first game 12-2, 12 runs, 10 hits and an error for Central Methodist. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Baker. Central Methodist 15-10, 5-2 in the conference. Baker is 7-2, and they're also 15-10 as well. Of course, the highlighter today was Jeremy Conforte, 1 homer and 7 RBIs, including a grand slam home run in the bottom of the 4th inning. That gave Central Methodist the 8-0 lead early. Then Baker added 2 more there. Central Methodist started out with 3 in the 3rd inning on the 3-run double by Jeremy Conforte. And then Central Methodist added 2 more in the 5th, 2 more in the 6th. Just an update there, 0-0 tie between Central Methodist and Clark. The game was originally supposed to be played at Dubuque, Iowa, but it got moved to Mount Mercy. So they're getting started, and it's the bottom of the 1st inning there as well. So, of course, Central Methodist tomorrow, they'll be taking on Baker. Game 3 and 4 of this doubleheader there. Pre-game show at 12:45. The 1 o'clock first pitch there as well. Quentin Norris sitting in the catbird seat. We should be getting ready for games 3 and 4. Of course, we'll give you the starting lineups for Baker. Quentin Graham leads off, plays left field. John Rayborn is in right field. Tucker Flory is at shortstop. Brian Hawkins, the DH. Darwin Oriega is at first base. Peyton Lewis is at third. Jared Parentini is in center field. That's Camden Carlin is the catcher, and then Cooper Carlin is at second base. Today's starting pitcher is Jackson Kutch. For Central Methodist, leading off lane center field is Bobby Nichols. Shortstop is Robbie Merced. Jeremy Conforte is at third base. Tanner Sears, the DH. Khalil Thrasher is at third in left field. Alan West is in right field. Tommy Giarola is at second base. Joseph Weatherford is at third base, and Dominic Van Dorn is the catcher. Today's starting pitcher is Alfred Uora, is today's starting pitcher. So we're about ready to get started. Here in game number 2 between Central Methodist and Baker. Of course, the big one, of course, tonight, 7 p.m., the NHL game. It's the Washington Capitals and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Of course, Stanley Cup playoffs began on April 18th. Just a little over a month away, just less than a month away from the Stanley Cup. Should be a lot of fun there as well. Both teams just huddling over. You see Alfred Uora is doing his warm-up tosses there. Well, at 6 p.m., St. Louis takes on Vegas, and XFL game on, I believe that's on FX tonight. There you see Nate Breland comes on out there. way things are going, we may start a little before 4:30. There's Nate Breland there with the umpiring crew. Probably same thing. You're just going over the ground rules and all that stuff there. And there's the head coach for Baker University. That is Ryan Goodwin. So there you see the Baker team getting ready to head to the dugout, and there you see the coach there. They'll probably just exchange the cards in. Quentin Norris here today. Central Methodist 15-10. Baker 15-10. 5-3 in the conference. 7-2 there. Gonna be a lot of fun. Of course, 5 more days. Major League Baseball season opens up. St. Louis Cardinals take on the Toronto Blue Jays. 3 p.m. there from Busch Stadium. And I think it's on Valley Sports Midwest, and I think they're going to have a special pregame ceremony starting around 2 p.m. Usually that's kind of a tradition they've had in St. Louis for the last several years. I think they're probably going to recognize a few players there as well. Along with that, of course, the Kansas City Royals take on the Minnesota Twins at 3 p.m. at Kauffman Stadium as well. And then, of course, 6 p.m., the Chicago White Sox take on the defending World Series champion Houston Astros. Hopefully later on we'll give you an update on the Central Methodist Clark game. Of course, that game is played at Mount Mercy. And, of course, Central Methodist softball tomorrow. They'll also take on Mount Mercy as well. And that's a 1 p.m. start time as well. Both the coaches talk it over. So we should be getting ready to get started in just a few moments or so. Central Methodist and Baker. Both teams shake hands. Just glad to have you with us. Temperatures in the mid-50s there. I think it's supposed to be upper 50s, according to what Channel 8 says there. You see Central Methodist is taking the field there. We'll go ahead and set the defense for you, sponsored by the Exchange Bank. Out in left field is Khalil Frasher. Center field is Bobby Nichols. In right field, Alan West. Third baseman, Jeremy Caforte. Shortstop, Robbie Merced. Second baseman, Tommy Giarola. First baseman that's actually Joseph Weatherford is the third baseman. Jeremy Caforte is at first. And, of course, the catcher is Dominic Van Dorn. And today's starting pitcher, Alfred Uora. He is from San Domingo, Dominican Republic. He is 0-0 with a .96 ERA, 4 walks, 8 strikeouts there. So Quentin Graham steps up to the bat. We're ready for game number 2. As Vin Scully will say, let's pull up a chair then. Get ready for game 2. First pitch from Aurora. That's the ball. Comes at 4:30 p.m. Temperature 55 degrees. The time and temperature is sponsored by the Parking Spot. Easy to spot and easy to park at the Kansas City International Airport. Aurora has it. Lost his hat. Throws over to Jeremy Conforti for out number 1. Here is John Rayburn. John Rayburn in the first game today went 1 for 3 with a single. Rayburn has 2 homers, 13 RBI. Quentin Graham now has 4 homers, 6 RBIs. First pitch to him. That's a bit inside. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count. Tucker Flory on deck. The 1-0. There's a strike on the inside corner. 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 to count. 1-1 pitch. Bunts it foul. Up to the screen there. 1-2 now. One ball, 2 strikes on John Rayburn. 1-2 pitch. Hits the fly ball to left. Khalil Frasher with some room. And he makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 quick outs there. And here's Tucker Flory. In the first game of the doubleheader, went 1 for 3 with a double. This season, 6 homers, 28 RBIs. First pitch to him. Oh, there's the beautiful curveball. A strike call. 0-1 to count. 0-1 to count. No balls and 1 strike. The 0-1 now. Ooh, chin music. Or as Dwight Gooden would call it, Uncle Charlie. 1 ball and a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1-1 pitch. Swings and misses. 1-2 now. You might say he may have took something off on that pitch. 1-2 to count. 1-2 pitch. That's up high. 2-2 now. 2-2 to count. To Tucker Flory. 2 quick outs. 2-2 pitch. It's 3-2. 3-2 to count. 3-2 to count. 3-2 pitch. That's a 2-out walk there to Tucker Flory, and here is Brian Hawkins. Hawkins in the first game of our doubleheader went 1 for 3 with a single. Hawkins has 4 homers, 17 RBIs now. First pitch to him. They throw over there. I think he got it. Yes, sir. Great job there. Good job recognizing it by Van Doren. And a great tag by Jeremy Conforti. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. And we head to the bottom of the first inning. No score there. We'll go ahead and set the defense for you. Sponsored by Casey's. Out in left field, Quentin Graham. Center field, Jared Parentini. And right field, John Rayburn. At third base, Peyton Lewis. And at shortstop there, Tucker Flory. Second baseman is Cooper Carlin. First baseman is Darwin Orega. Behind the plate there is Camden Carlin. And there you look at Jackson Kutch from Kearney, Missouri, just north of Kansas City. My old high school coach, Jeff Tevenkamp, used to be the boys basketball coach from 1994 till 1997. So Bottom of the first inning, there's Bobby Nichols. And then you got Robbie Merced, Jeremy Conforti, Tanner Steers, Khalil Frasher, Alan West, Tommy Girola, Joseph Weatherford, and Dominic Van Dorn. Here's Bobby Nichols, went 2 for 3 with 2 singles. This season, no homers, 9 RBIs. Infield in at the corner, anticipating bunt. There's a strike on the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike. 0-1 to count on Bobby Nichols. 0-1 now. Hits a high fly ball to right field. That is foul. 1-1. 0-2 now. Of course, from Detroit, one of the most memorable baseball one took place in 1976 when they had a guy named Mark the Bird Fisher threw a 4-hitter against the Yankees on ABC's Monday Night Baseball. 0-2 to count. Just missed. 1-2. On Bobby Nichols. He is their center fielder. The 1-2. Hits a little ground ball to the shortstop. Has it, throws over the first, and there's out number 1. Here's Robbie Merced, 0 for 2 with 2 walks. This season, 3 homers, 18 RBIs. First pitch to him. That is a ball. 1 ball, no strike. One ball, no strikes. The 1-0. That's up high. 2-0 to count. Two and 0 to count. 2-0 pitch. It's a high fly ball into left field. That is going back. Center fielder with the room. And he makes the catch right at the warning track there. Send it for a ride. But there's 2 outs now for Jeremy Conforti. He went 2 for 3. Single, homer, 7 RBIs. And that home run was his second, and also 24 RBIs on the year. 2 quick outs, and a strike called. No balls and a strike. 0-1 to count. 0-1 pitch. That's low, 1-1. Tanner Sears is on deck. One ball, 1 strike. Excuse me. 1-1 pitch. That's ball 2, 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 pitch. Fouls it off. 2-2. Great visit with Jeremy Conforti from Villa Park, Illinois, around the southwest part of Chicago. 2-2 the count on Jeremy Conforti. 2-2 pitch. It's a ground ball to the shortstop. Has it, throws the first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. We get to the top of the second inning. No score on CMUEagles.com and the Higher America Conference Network. No runs, no hits, no errors for Baker. No runs, no hits for Central Methodist. As Brian Hawkins is up the bat when Tucker Flory was caught stealing off first base. First pitch to him. Misses that one high, 1-0 to count. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. That's outside, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 pitch. There's a strike, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike, 2-1 pitch. Oh, on the outside corner, good job of framing it by Dominic Van Dorn. 2-2 to count. 2-2 pitch. Fly ball. A little pop up there. I think maybe Tommy Giarola is there for out number 1. 4 straight outs. And here's Darwin Oriega. In the first game today, he went 1 for 2 with a double and an RBI. No homers, 6 RBIs. First pitch to him. Swings and misses. Strike 1. Oh, and 1 to count. 0-1 pitch. Ball, 1-1. 1-1 to count. 1-1 pitch. There's a strike. 1-2 now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 to count on Darwin Oriega. 1-2 pitch. Off the middle, Giarola, good hustle, throw to first, and they got him. Beautiful play, beautiful stretch there by Jeremy Conforte. That was a bang-bang play, but a great job by Tommy Giarola, and there's 2 quick outs. Here's Peyton Lewis, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. This year, no homers, 10 RBIs. First pitch. That's outside, ball 1. 1-0 pitch. Strike, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch. Oh, that's a beautiful pitch on the outside corner. Good job of framing it by Dominic Van Dorn. 1-2 to count. 1-2 pitch. I think he did go. Oh, no. That was close. It looked like he was going to swing, but held up in time. 2-2 to count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2 now. Jared Parentini is on deck. Three-two pitch. Chopper right up the middle. Robbie Merced has it. Throws over to Jeremy Conforti for another out. Another 1-2-3, and then goes Baker. Bottom of the 2nd inning. No score here on CMUEagles.com and the Hard Rock Conference Network. No runs, no hits, no errors for Baker. No runs, no hits, no errors for Central Methodist. Here's Tanner Sears. 2 for 4 with 2 singles, 2 RBIs there. Now has 7 homers, 30 RBIs. He's the team leader in RBIs. Great visit with him. Of course, his mom, Shelly, is here, along with his dad, Kurt. And that's a ball. Want to know the count. Of course, another former Central Methodist volleyball player came from Higginsville named Taylor Rumsey. 1-0 to count. The 1-0. Swings and misses, strike 1. 1-1 to count. Also, a few years ago, of course, there was a gentleman named Marcus Elmore who was signed a contract with the New York Giants. The 1-1. 2-1 to count there. 2-1 on Tanner Sears. Quentin Norris here from Estes Field. 2-1 pitch. There's a strike. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the second inning. No score so far. 2-2 pitch. Swings and misses. Strike 3 call. So 1 out now for Khalil Thrasher. Went 0 for 3 on the day. For 3 in the first game of the doubleheader, but has 2 homers, 11 RBIs on the season. First pitch. That is a strike call. No balls and 1 strike. 0-1 to count. Oh, 1 pitch. That is outside. 1-1. In about 12 minutes, you got the NCAA's East Regional Final, Florida Atlantic and Kansas State. Should be a lot of fun in Madison Square Garden. Here's a ground ball to the third baseman. Throws over to first, and there's 2 quick outs. Here's Alan West, 1 for 3 with a single. This season, 5 homers, 12 RBIs. First pitch to him. That is inside a ball. 1-0 to count. 1-0 to Alan West. The 1-0. It's a high fly ball to left field. Going back at the track is gone. A home run for Alan West. Remember, hit 2 of them on Wednesday. Has another one. That's his 6th of the year. And that's RBI number 13. And it's 1-0 Central Methodist. Here's Tommy Giarola. Went 1 for 3 in the first game of the doubleheader with a single this season. Homer and 5 RBIs, starting to come back. Of course, missed some time with a hamstring injury. But it really has come on strong. Really, I would say since maybe the first part of March. 1-0 Central Methodist on the home run by Alan West. And it's a ball. One over the count. That kind of gets away, but it's 2-0. Two balls and no strikes. 2-0 pitch. It's a liner to left field. Graham, I think he trapped it, yep. Or as Kurt Gowdy would say on NBC Sports, caught it on the first bounce. Here's Joe Weatherford. Went 1 for 2 with a single and an RBI as well. He has 2 homers, 17 RBIs. First pitch to him. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. He'll throw over to first for the 3rd out. So 1 run on just 2 hits, thanks to a home run by Allen West. And at the end of 2, Central Methodist 1, Baker nothing. One run, 2 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs, no hits, and no errors for Baker University. Here's Jared Parenti. Went 0 for 2 in our first game with a doubleheader. Parenti this season, no homer, 6 RBIs. First pitch to him. That's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count. Heading toward the 5 o'clock hour. The 1-0 pitch. Chops it foul. 1-1. One and one to count on Jarrett Parentini. One pitch. 2-1. 2-1 to count. 2-1 pitch. That's outside. 3-1. 3 balls and a strike on Jared Parentini. Three-one pitch. Chops it foul. 3-2. 3-2 the count. Three-two pitch. There's a base hit to left field. First hit of the game for Baker. Here's Camden Carlin, a 286 hitter, a homer, 6 RBIs from Lawrence, Kansas. In that first game, remember, Central Methodist had 2 double plays. The 4th and the 6th. First pitch. That's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. One ball, no strikes on Camden Carlin. Top of the second inning, 1-0 Central Methodist. On the home run by Allen West. And a strike call, 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one to count on Camden Carlin. 1-1 pitch. 2-1 now. Yeah, 2-1. 2 balls and a strike on Camden Carlin. 2-1 pitch. There goes the throw by Dominic Van Doren, and they got him. Beautiful job there. Second time they have caught the runner stealing. Well, that was a quick release there. And I tell you what, he reminds you of Johnny Bench when he did that a lot for the Cincinnati Reds. 3-1 in the count. 3-1 pitch. Fouls it off. 3-2 now. Three and two the count. Fouls that one off. Still 3-2. With his twin brother Cooper Carlin on deck. Three-two pitch. It's a little pop up there. I think Bobby Nichols or Alan Wells will call for it, and that's Bobby Nichols. 2 outs now. And here's Cooper Carlin. He went 1 for 2 with a single and an RBI. This year, no homers, 8 RBIs. First pitch to him. Fouls it to the screen. 0-1 now. 0-1 now. Misses. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. On Cooper Carlin with Quentin Graham on deck. 1-1. Fly ball to left. Cleo Thrasher has it. Makes the catch for the 3rd out. No runs. 1 hit. No errors. No one left on. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. 1-0 Central Methodist on CMUEagles.com and the Hard Record Conference Network. One run, 2 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs and a hit for Baker. Here's Dominic Van Doren, 167 hitter, no homers, 2 RBIs from Grosse Pointe Woods, Michigan, around the Detroit area. First pitch to him. Wow, that goes to the backstop. 1 ball, no strikes. On deck, Bobby Nichols. The 1-0 pitch. It's a high pop up there. See who calls for it. Shortstop is there for out number 1. There's Bobby Nichols. He grounded out the shortstop his first time up. First pitch to him. That is a strike call. No balls and 1 strike. 0-1 now on Bobby Nichols. 0-1 now. 1-1. 1-1 to Bobby Nichols, their center fielder. The 1-1. That's inside. 2-1 now. Two and one to count. 2-1 pitch. That's a strike. 2-2 now. Two balls and two strikes on Bobby Nichols. 2-2 pitch. Strike three call, so two quick outs now. There's Robbie Merced. He flew out to center field his first time up. First pitch to him. It's a liner in the center field. Center fielder on the run. Makes the catch for the third out. 1-2-3 inning goes Central Methodist. We're through three. Central Methodist 1, Baker nothing on CMUEagles.com. Well, he hit down the button as they would. Wow, the game's moving along. Excuse me. I wonder how. Oh my, wow. One run, two hits, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs, a hit, and no errors. As Quentin Graham out there, he grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. That is a ball, 1-0 to count. Top of the fourth inning, Central Methodist leading Clark, 5-1 now. 1-1 to count. Central Methodist got 4 in the third. Two and one to count. On a 3-run double by Lauren Hill. There's a ground ball to the third baseman. That is Joseph Weatherford to Jeremy Conforte for out number 1. There's John Rayborn. He flew out to Khalil Thrasher his first time up. First pitch to him. That's up high, 1-0 to count. To count. A ground ball just gets by Giarola for a base hit. So 1 out single there. Here's Tucker Flory. Drew a walk, but then was picked off first base. First pitch. That's outside, 1-0 to count. Second hit of the game for Baker. Strike. 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one to count. The 1-1. Swings and misses. Good pitch there by Alfred Iora. You might say he took something off on it. And it's 1-2 now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch. It's a ground ball just past Giarola. So first and second now. So first and second and 1 out. That's Brian Hawkins. He popped out to Tommy Giarola his first time up. Three hits already for Baker. First pitch. It's a pop up there. I think West will call for it. Makes a great catch there and keeping the runners at first and second. And Darwin Noriega grounded out to second his first time up. Rayburn is at second. Flores at first. First pitch. Oh, nice stop there. That would be a pass ball. But the runners do run up a base. And now Jordan Schwellenbach wants to go out there. Maybe just go over the scouting report on how to pitch to Darwin Oriega. 1-0. Central Methodist. Central Methodist won the first game 12-2. Central Methodist scored 3 in the third, 5 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, and 2 in the sixth. So 1 ball, no strikes on Darwin Oriega. The 1-0. Nice. 2 balls and no strikes. And on deck is Peyton Lewis. Came in today's doubleheader as the second leading hitter on the team. 3-0 now. 3 balls and no strikes. The 3-0 pitch. That's ball 4. So the bases are loaded. And here's Peyton Lewis, who grounded out to Robbie Merced his first time up. First pitch to him. Ball 1. I think Alfred Newmore needs to settle down. Just talk to the baseball. Point to Dominic Van Dorn. The 1-0. 2-0 to count. Two and 0 to count. On Peyton Lewis. 2-0 pitch. It's the ground ball. Throws over the first for the third out. So no runs on 2 hits. No errors. 3 left on. We're halfway home. 1-0 Central Methodist on CMUEagles.com. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors for Baker. As Jeremy Conforti up there, he grounded out to third his first time up. One inning, Central Methodist on a home run by Allen West in the second inning, and it's a ball. In that fourth inning of game number 1, Central Methodist added 5 runs. The 1-0. That's outside, 2-0. Game is moving along fast. 2-0 pitch. Fouls it off, 2-1 now. Faster than a Roadrunner. Most notably trying to outrun Wile E. Coyote. 2-1 to count. 2-1 pitch. That's outside, 3-1. Three and one to count. 3-1 pitch. Swings and misses, 3-2. 3-2 on Jeremy Conforti. From Villa Park, Illinois, around the southwest part of Chicago. 3-2 pitch. Fouls that one off, 3-2. Of course, got to meet his family in between games of the doubleheader. Great visit with him, along with Jeremy. 3-2 the count. 3-2 pitch. That's ball 4 now. Now Tanner Sears up there. He struck out his first time up. Sears struck out his first time up. Conforti's at first with the leadoff walk. First pitch. That is a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 to count. They throw over there and Conforti's back. On 1 to count, the 0-1. Swings and misses, strike 2. 0-2 now on Tanner Sears. Allen West on deck. 0-2. That's outside, 1-2. One and two now on Tanner Sears. Excuse me. 1-2 the count. 1-2. Hits a high pop foul there. That could be out of play. In toward the Baker bullpen. 1-2. One and two the count. One, two pitch. Strike 3 call on the outside corner, so 1 out now. So Khalil Thrasher grounded out to third his first time up. First pitch. Ball 1. 1-0 to count. Looks like activity in the Central Methodist bullpen. That's Alex Billow. The 1-0. Swings and misses. Strike 1. 1-1 to count. One ball, one strike. At first base is Jeremy Forte with the walk. Alan West is on deck. 1-1 pitch. Swings and misses. Strike two. One ball, two strikes. 1-2 pitch is a high fly ball in the left center field. That is up against the wall. Conforti will be held up at third. The throw, not in time. A good hustle there by Khalil Thrasher. And it's second and third now for Alan West. He homered his first time up. Gives Central Methodist the 1-0 lead. His sixth of the year. RBI number 13. So West up there. So Gannon Ruckman is the courtesy runner. So Ruckman is at third. Thrasher's at second. 3 hits already for Central Methodist. Bottom of the fourth inning. First pitch is a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Ruckman's going to score. Here comes Thrasher. The throw. They got him. So a base hit gives Central Methodist a 2-0 lead, but Thrasher was thrown out at home. Here's Tommy Giarola. Singled his first time out. So West, 2 for 2. A homer, single, homer, and 2 RBIs there. West has 14 RBIs on the season. That's a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. West is at first. 2 outs. It could have been 3-0, but Thrasher was thrown out at home. Trying to score on the single from second. There's a strike, 1-1. 1-1 to count error on Tommy Giarola. One pitch. It's a high fly ball to left field. Left fielder goes back at the track to the wall, and it's gone. A 2-run homer, and Central Methodist now leads at 4-0. For Tommy Giarola, that's his second of the year. RBI number 7. That's 4-0 Central Methodist. Here's Joe Weatherford. He grinded out the shortstop his first time up. And there you see the coach for Baker University might wants to go out there, have a conference action there as well. 4-0 Central Methodist. Of course, they scored a run in the first on the home run by Alan West. Then they added a run on the single by Alan West. They get 2-0. That scored Gannon Ruckman. Then Khalil Thrasher was thrown out at home. And then Tommy Giroux hit a 2-run homer to make it 4-0. And I believe that's the same pitcher we saw in game number 1. Looks like Gabriel Lopez, I do believe. So Logan Wheelenhan is the new pitcher. 4-1, 3.45 ERA, 11 walks, and 13 strikeouts. Yeah. 3-2. So 4-0 Central Methodist. First pitch to Joseph Weatherford. That is a strike call. No balls and 1 strike. Games 3 and 4 tomorrow. Pre-game show 12:45, 1 o'clock start time. Fouls it to the screen. 0-2. On Joseph Weatherford. Oh and 2 the count. Fouls it to the screen. Still 0-2. 0-2 the count on Joseph Weatherford. 0-2 pitch. Ball 1-2 now. One, two, the count. Lines a shot. That's a base hit. 6 hits now for Central Methodist. Looks like the courtesy runner is Joey Fitzgerald Jr. Of course, I got to meet his family in between games of the doubleheader. Here's Dominic Van Dorn. He popped out the short his first time up. First pitch to him. That's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. On deck, Bobby Nichols. 4-0 Central Methodist. 3 bigs with a 3-run fourth. Thanks to a 2-run homer by Giarola. That's a strike call. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. They throw over there to check on Joey Fitzgerald Jr. One pitch. Fouls that one off. 1-2 there. Bobby Nichols on deck. One ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs in the fourth. 4-0 Central Methodist. 1-2. Strike 3 call. But Central Methodist gets 3 big runs on 4 hits. No errors, and they leave 1. We head to the top of the 5th inning. Central Methodist 4, Banker nothing. Alex Billow. Here's Alex Vanderbilt, the new pitcher on the mound. 0-0, 5.06 ERA, 5 walks, 8 strikeouts. From Winter Haven, Florida. One time the spring training home of the Boston Red Sox. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors for Baker. Jared Parenti single, but then was thrown out trying to steal second base. Quentin Norris on the catbird seat. 4 innings from Alfred Uora, 4 scoreless innings, and that's a ball. There is activity in the Central Methodist bullpen. The 1-0. That's up high. 2 balls and no strikes. Looks like Joey Fitzgerald Jr. is at third base. 2-0 pitch. Fouls it off. 2-1. Two and one the count. 2-1 pitch. There's a good pitch right there. Strike 2. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. I think he did go. Yeah, you get the tag just for out number 1. So 4 innings, gave up no runs on 3 hits. As Camden Carlin flew out to Bobby Nichols, his first time up. First pitch to him. Oh, that's a good curveball in there. Strike 1 here in the top of the 5th inning. No balls and 1 strike on Camden Carlin. The 0-1 now. High pop up there. I think Gio Rolla will call for it. We're out number 2. 2 quick outs now. And here's Cooper Carlin. He flew out to Khalil Fresher, his first time up. That's Joey Fitzgerald Jr. at third base. He'll probably hit in the spot by Joseph Weatherford. Of course, played some third base in the 6th inning. Lines it right to Giarola. What a play. As Mel Allen would say on This Week in Baseball, how about that? No runs, no hits, no errors, no one let on. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It is 4-0 Central Methodist on CMUEagles.com. Four runs, 6 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors for Baker. As Bobby Nichols up there 0 for 2. 0 for 2 on the day. Everything goes according to plan. We may get to talk to Nick Breland for a little post-game report after this doubleheader. First pitch to Bobby Nichols. And it's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. In the bottom of the 5th inning. The 1-0 pitch. Swings and misses. 1-1 now. On Bobby Nichols. 1-1. It's a little chopper to the third baseman, knocks it down. That could be a base hit or an error. Let's see. I think an error. I think Rachel will agree with me. Oh, they're going to give a base hit. So 7 hits now for Central Methodist. Here's Robbie Merced, 0 for 2 on the day. Nichols at first. Checks on him, throws back over there. First pitch to him. That's outside, ball 1. From Springfield, Missouri for Robbie Merced. Most famous person, a gentleman named Bob Barker, who hosted The Price is Right. It's a high fly ball into center field. Center fielder gives a chase, and it's gone. A home run. And for Robbie Merced, that's his 4th of the year. RBI number 20. And it's now 6-0 Central Methodist. There's Jeremy Conforti, 0 for 1 with a walk. So far in the first game of the doubleheader, he had a homer and 7 RBIs. There's a strike call, 0-1 now. Tanner Sears on deck. 6-0 now, Central Methodist. There's a liner right to the second baseman. And there's out number 1. Here's Tanner Sears, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. First pitch to him. That's a ball, 1-0 the count. The 1-0 pitch. That is a strike call, 1-1 now. 1-1 the count on Tanner Sears. The 1-1. 2-1 the count. Two and one the count. 2-1 pitch. It's a high fly ball in the left center field. That's well hit. Into there. It's gone. A home run for Tanner Sears. His 8th of the year. RBI number 31. And it's now 7-0 Central Methodist. Here's Khalil Thrasher, 1 for 2 with a double. First pitch to him. Fouls it to the screen. 0-1 the count. On one to count. 0-1 pitch. That's into the dirt. 1-1 now. One ball, one strike. 1-1 pitch. Fouls it back. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, the 1-2. It's a high pop up there. See who calls for it. I think the right fielder makes the catch for out number 2. Mm-hmm. Looks like Clea Thrasher is okay. So 2 outs now for Alan West. 1 for 2 with a single, a homer, and 2 RBIs. 6 homers, 14 RBIs on the year for Alan West. First pitch to him. That is a ball. 1-0 to count. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 to count. The 1-0. Fouls it back. 1-1. 1-1 to count on Alan West. Tommy Girola on deck. 1-1 pitch. It's a little pop up there. See who calls for it. The right fielder makes the catch. So 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors and no one left on. We head to the top of the 6th inning. Central Methodist 7, Baker nothing. Well, let me see. Seven runs, 9 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors. Central Methodist softball leading 9-1 in the top of the 6th inning. So Logan Duty is the new player out there. Quentin Graham 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch to him. That is a strike call, 0-1 to count. 0-1 pitch to him. There's another one, strike 2. Oh and 2 to count. The 0-2 pitch. Lines a shot. That's a base hit. The 4th hit of the game for Baker. Here's John Rayborn, 1 for 2 with a single. So 4 hits now for Baker. Central Methodist leads 7. They got 1 in the first on the home run by Alan West. Then they added 3 more in the 4th. On the single RBI single by Alan West, 2-run homer by Tommy Girola. Then 3 more in the 5th. 2-run homer by Robbie Merced. And then a home run by Tanner Sears. 7-0. Top of the 6th inning. And the pitch to him. That's up high. 1 ball, no strikes. Seven nothing's our score. Runner at first with nobody out. Way outside, 2-0. If you look to the 6th, you got Giarola, Fitzgerald Jr., and then Van Dorn. 2-0 pitch. Tries the bunt, and that's a strike. 2-1 now. Two and 1 to count. 2-1 pitch. Misses that one. 3-1. 3-1 to count. New first baseman in there. Trey Rosenflows. 3-1 pitch. That's ball 4 now, so walk now. So now Baker has first and second, nobody out. Here's Tucker Flory. 1 for 1 with a single. He also drew a walk in the first inning. First and second, nobody out. 7-0 Central Methodist. There's a strike call. Good pitch there. On 1 to count. They always say your pitcher's best friend is the double play. Hey, a triple play would be sweet. 0-1 now. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Took something there. Reached back for something extra, and it's strike 2. Oh and 2 the count. 4 hits for Baker. First and second, nobody out. Hits the ground ball. They'll go to second for 1. The first. Good play. Good scoop by Rosenfloss for out number 2. So double play. 6-4-3 variety. Third time in this doubleheader that Central Methodist has turned to double play. And Brian Hawkins up there 0 for 2. First pitch to him. Oh, that gets away from him. But a good job by Dominic Van Dorn. Not far enough. And it's ball 1. Good hustle there by Dominic Van Dorn. Otherwise, I think Quentin Graham could have scored from third on the wild pitch. Darwin Oriega on deck. The 1-0. Oh, that's a beautiful pitch. Strike 1. 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch. 2-1 now. Two and 1 to count. 2-1 pitch. It's the ground ball. Nice play by Robbie Merced. Could he get him? Good job there. That's an infield hit. Quentin Graham will score. That'll be an infield hit. And it's now 7-1 now for Brian Hawkins. That's his 18th RBI of the year. Darwin Oriega 0 for 1 with a walk. Fouls that one off there. Off the pole there. Oh, and 1 in the count. Oh, 1 now. Swing and a miss. 0 and 2. One ball, no balls, and 2 strikes. 0-2 pitch. Oh, nice stop by Van Dorn. They'll throw the second. Could he get him? Not quite. He has thrown out 2 runners already, but couldn't do it on the 3rd time. And it's 1-2 the count. One ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. They have to throw over the first to complete the out. So 1 run on just 2 hits. No errors. 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Central Methodist 7, Baker 1. Seven runs, 9 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. A run, 5 hits, and no errors for Baker. A new pitcher on the mound. Looks like Jake Miller. 0-0, 1.93 ERA with a walk and no strike. Here's Tommy Giarola. 2 for 2. A single homer and 2 RBIs. He did go, strike 1. Joey Fitzgerald Jr. is on deck. One and 1 to count. Fouls it back. 1-2 now. One and 2 to count to Tommy Giarola. That's outside, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Tommy Giarola. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 call, so 1 out now. Here's Joey Fitzgerald Jr. Came on, played some defense in the last few innings of Game 1. He gets the bat for the first time in this doubleheader. 161 hitter, no homers, 5 RBIs from Crystal Lake, Illinois. Got to meet his mom. Had a great visit with his mom in between games of our doubleheader. First pitch to him. It's a high fly ball to right field. That's going back at the track to the wall and gone. His first home run of the year and RBI number 6. And I know his mom is smiling from ear to ear. Just sitting in the front row there to make it 8-1 Central Methodist. So it's now 8-1 Central Methodist. Here's Dominic Van Dorn, 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch to him. That is a ball, 1-0 to count. 1 ball, no strikes, the 1-0. It's a high pop up there. And the second baseman drops it. That will be an error on the second baseman. I know Rachel Moore will agree with me. So a courtesy runner there. Here's Bobby Nichols. 1 for 3 with a single. It's a liner to left field, but Graham is there for out number 2. Of course, 7 o'clock tonight, NHL game. Washington and Pittsburgh. As Robbie Merced, they're 1 for 3 with homer and 2 RBIs. 4 homers, 20 RBIs on the year. First pitch. It's a pop foul. That will be out of play. And it's a strike call. 0-1 the count. No balls and 1 strike. 10 hits for Central Methodist. Central Methodist won the first game 12-2. It's a high pop-up. That will go foul. 0-2. Way things are going, we may get to talk with Nate Breland for a little post-game report about today's victory, 2-game victory. Ball 1-2 now. 1-2 the count. 1 ball, 2 strike. 1-2 pitch. Fouls it off. 1-2 now. One ball, 2 strikes on Robbie Merced. 1-2 pitch. It's a little chopper to the shortstop. He'll go second for the third out there. So 1 run on just 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on. We head to the 7th inning. Central Methodist 8, Baker 1 on CMUEagles.com. Eight runs, 10 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. A run, 5 hits, and an error for Baker. Just 3 more outs and victory, number 16, but most importantly, 6-2 in the conference. And as Peyton Lewis is the batter, 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch to him. That kind of gets away, but it's ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Looks like we're heading toward the 6 o'clock hour. The 1-0. Swings and misses, strike 1. There is activity in the Central Methodist bullpen. I think that may be Larry Riddle Jr. 1 ball, 1 strike, the 1-1. It's a fly ball. Looks like that's up against the wall. Nichols retrieves it, and it's a leadoff throw for Peyton Lewis. That's the 5th hit of the game. Here's Jared Parentini. 1 for 2 with a single. Jared Parenti. 6 hits now for Baker. First pitch to him. That is a strike call. No balls and 1 strike. 0-1 the count. The 0-1. Nice stop by Van Dorn, and it's 1-1. Games 3 and 4 tomorrow. Pre-game show at 12:45. 1 o'clock start time. I'm thinking Alan West may get started along with maybe Sebastian Escobar. Of course, softball will be at Mount Mercy as well tomorrow at 1 o'clock. One ball, one strike. Hits the fly ball. Nichols has some room. And it's off the wall there. Coming in to score is Peyton Lewis. And in the third with a triple is Jarrett Parentini. Now it's suddenly 7-2 now. And Parentini has 7 RBIs on the year. So it looks like we have a pinch hitter there. There's Taylor Foss, the pinch hitter there. For Camden Carlin. First pitch to him. That's a ball. Taylor Foss, 204 hitter, no homers, 7 RBIs. From Overland Park, Kansas. There's a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Parentini at third with the triple. The 1-1. Nice stop there, 2-1. That's Cooper Carlin on deck. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 pitch. Fly ball into right field. Alan West couldn't get to it there. A run will score to make it 7-3 now. So Taylor Foss, that's RBI number 8 on the year. Looks like Preston Drake is the courtesy runner. Here's Cooper Carlin, 0 for 2 on the day. So it's now 7-3, still nobody out. Three straight hits already for Baker. Looks like Larry Riddle Jr. still warming up. Fly ball into center field. Bobby Nichols is there for out number 1. And there's 1 out now. Here is Quentin Graham, 1 for 3 with a single. A little past 6 o'clock there. Game started at 4:30. That's Preston Dean, the courtesy runner at second. First pitch to him. Swings and misses, strike 1. 0-1 to count there. Central Methodist got a run in the second on the home run by Allen West. 3 more in the fourth, 3 more in the fifth, and a run in the sixth. Baker had a run in the sixth and 2 in the seventh. The 0-1 now. Just a foul ball, strike 2. Van Dorn checks the runner, and it's 0-2 the count. No balls and 2 strikes. John Rayborn on deck. 0-2 the count. 0-2 pitch. Lines a shot. That is a base hit there. They're going to hold the runners first and third now. Here's John Rayborn, 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Alex Billow trying to get the last 3 outs. Get these last 2 outs recorded. 7-3 now. First pitch to him. That's a bit high. 1-0 the count. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0. Oh, that's outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Tucker Flory is on deck. Two balls, no strike, 2-0 pitch. Oh, that's up high, 3-0. Alex Bill just needs to settle down, talk to the baseball, and work with Dominic Van Dorn. 3-0 the count. There's a strike, 3-1. 3 balls and a strike to John Rayborn. Three 1 pitch. That's ball 4. Now the bases are loaded. Full Wildcats for Tucker Flory, and looks like may see a pitching change or something. As Nate Breland wants to go out there. I think it is a pitching change. The call of the bullpen is sponsored by Hy-Vee, and that's Larry Riddle Jr. 0-1, 1.59 ERA, 2 walks and 10 strikeouts. So 2 in the 3rd inning. So bases loaded now for Tucker Flory. 1 for 3 with a single. 7th man to bat this inning. Looks like Justin Guzman is also warming up there. He had some action. We saw him earlier. Pitched 2 good innings in game 1. There's a strike call, 0-1 in the count. All balls and 1 strike. Brian Hawkins on deck. 0-1 pitch. Fouls it off. 0-2. Larry Riddle Jr. is from Dearborn Heights, Michigan, around the Detroit area. 0-2 the count. Attendance so far for the doubleheader, 40,000 on hand. 0-2 the count. 0-2 pitch. Yes, sir. Strike three call. What a beauty. So 2 outs now. Here's Brian Hawkins. 1 for 3 with a single and an RBI. Brian Hawkins. 1 for 3. First pitch to him. Fouls it off. Strike 1. Just 1 more out to go for win number 16, but most importantly, 6-2 in the conference. 0-1 to count. 0-1 pitch. Lines a shot into the left center field gap. A run will score. A second one will score to make it 7-5 there. So 3 RBIs on the day for Brian Hawkins. There's Darwin Oriega, 0 for 2 there. 20 RBIs now for Brian Hawkins, the 9th man to bat. First pitch. Oh, there's a strike call, 0-1 now. Just needs 1 more out to go as Peyton Lewis is on deck. The 0-1 now. Oh, nice stop there, 1-1. 4 big runs now. One and one to count. 1-1 pitch. Misses that one. 2-1. Peyton Lewis is on deck. Oriega is the tying run at the plate. There's a strike. 2-2 the count. 1 more strike to go. Peyton Lewis, it would be the go-ahead run now. 2-2 pitch. Hits a ground ball for Robbie Merced. Throws over the first. Good job there, and they got the 3rd out. And that's a winner, folks. Central Methodist gets 4 runs. Baker gets 4 runs on 5 hits. No errors. And they leave 2. Central Methodist with the victory. So we'll give you the final line total. 5 runs, 10 hits, and an error for Baker. 8 runs, 10 hits, and no errors for Central Methodist. Central Methodist won the first game 12-2. 12 runs, 10 hits, and an error. 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors as well. Central Methodist with the victory. They are now 16-10. While Baker, and 6-2 in the conference, while Baker goes to 7-3 and 15-11 all together. Central Methodist wins 2 today. In a few moments, we're going to talk it over with Nate Breland. Get your recap on today's game, and we'll also preview games 3 and 4 of this doubleheader tomorrow. Pre-game show at 12:45 p.m., 1 o'clock start time on CMUEagles.com. In a few moments, it's the post-game report.